can this phone serve me as an appropriate camera tool? And I think the answer to that is going to be... Hey folks, welcome. My name is Belal Khan, coming at you from Space City, aka Houston. And I think that's very fitting, considering now that I've got the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. It is still called a Galaxy, right? I'm not sure. But anyway, this video is a first impression. It's showcasing capturing video. Just as a quick overview before we get into footage examples, Samsung S25 Ultra. This here is it's the 360 Go 3S because I like to record two cameras at the same time. This here is a small rig SD card reader, and what this allows me to do is I can insert an SD card and I can record directly onto the SD card. This is a Samsung case that also fits into this, not Samsung case, it's a small rig case that fits into a small rig S25 Ultra cage. I happen to have this small rig top handle, or just side handle actually, like this, but I don't mind using it like as such. And I've got this small rig external monitor that allows me to see exactly what's going on. If I'm behind the camera, I can turn the monitor down like this, and I've got a proper viewing angle. And at the same time, if I want to go selfie mode, I can do that as well, as such. So that's what it ends up looking like. So this is being recorded in Samsung Log using the native Samsung Video app. Samsung has the option that allows you to then color correct that. If I were to take this outside as such, I'm guessing it's going to go ahead and adjust for all of the colors and stuff. But yeah, I don't get open gate. I'll be in 16:9 mode. And hey baby, what are you doing? Yeah, this is a hose. It's kind of dirty. Don't be playing in the water, okay? Just as I said it. Aja, come on, this way. Come on. Anyway, so yeah, this is the quality that comes out of the S23 using the main camera, using the small rig case, small rig monitor, small rig top handle. Well, covering my view. Small rig top handle, or I could just. The cool thing about the small rig small rig cage for the Samsung S25 is it's got mounting points. So I got quarter 20s on the bottom, quarter 20s on the top, and quarter 20s on the side. So that way I can just go ahead and mount handles and things like that as needed. And if I have my tripod set and ready, I can go ahead and do this. Very quickly, I realized that the native camera app on the Samsung is not going to be my preferred method of shooting video, but rather using Motion Cam. And Motion Cam allows for capturing footage in log and you can set what kind of log. You're not limited to the log of the camera itself, which is Samsung log, but I can go S-Log3 because I already use Sony cameras. And I can apply the LUTs that I already used, the color corrected LUTs. And FYI, I'm using Gerald Undun's color accurate LUTs. I'm using that right now here. And you will see I'll be using that on the Samsung phone as well. Motion Cam video recording direct to log, saved as a preset, S-Log3. Open gate mode. I've actually turned off all stabilization. I'm going to be stabilizing this using the Insta360 Go 3, and I wanted to see how well or how viable using my phone would be for a creative tool. Also recording this externally onto a small rig SD card reader, and wanted to see how well the auto exposure and transition goes. Obviously, the dynamic range on my phone is not going to be anything close to what it is on the camera. But here we could see Daddy Daycare in play just before I kind of get to work. So far, no dropped frames. One thing I've noticed, if I'm recording 422 10-bit ProRes on the Samsung, I get a lot of dropped frames. But I'm recording this in open gate, so this is one of the things that kind of is interesting. So we've got the Insta360 Go 3, which would serve as a wide angle. I'm wondering to see if this would be a viable option to record jiu-jitsu content. I got my 23mm camera paired with my hey buddy, what are you doing? I hope that doesn't get stuck in your mouth. Blah 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 blah. All right. Curious to know what is the difference in the image quality between the Samsung and the Insta360 Go 3S. So somebody's really excited to go outside. Come on, kiddo. Come on. The door's open and he's like, yeah, baby. Come on. There you go. Here we are in the backyard on a very humid. But yeah, I wanted to see how this compared in terms of the quality of the image when comparing it to, let's see here, I'll flip this around. But yeah, this is what the image essentially is going to look like in open gate mode, and same thing on the Insta360 Go 3F that also has open gate. Now all the audio here is captured directly in camera, and so I'm just curious to know how that would sound with relation to using something like Adobe Podcast AI processing to improve on the image quality itself. But yeah, this could probably make for a quick showcase using Motion Cam Pro on Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. It's ultra wide angle 14mm in comparison with the Insta360 Go 3S. What wins out? Now I can tell you without a doubt, it is far simpler and easier to use a dedicated camera, and I'm reminded each time I attempt something like this as to why it's just easier to use a camera as opposed to using your phone. But I wanted to see what the viability and option of being able to do something like this would be on a wide angle, but not a wide angle, on a phone. It's good to have the option and the ability and the opportunity to do so, as opposed to not having it. On the Pixel 8 Pro, which is what I had as of yesterday, that phone gave me a lot of limitations from a creative standpoint. Okay, so it turns out that Motion Cam allows for the capturing of and recording the gyro data that the phone is capturing in terms of accelerometer data, in terms of its movement, into a separate file that can then be imported into GyroFlow to stabilize the footage. Now, I know Insta360 has the best gyro data stabilization in the space. So what I wanted to do is compare. One key thing to know and understand when using GyroFlow and gyro stabilization is that you need to dial in your shutter speed. And when you dial your shutter speed in, I know in my case, if I'm recording at 24 or 30 frames per second, then having a shutter speed of around 1/125 tends to be the sweet spot. Higher may be better, but then the higher you go with your, or rather the faster the shutter speed gets, the more the lack of motion blur you're going to have. So you got to lock in your exposure. When you lock in your shutter speed, you're also locking in your ISO settings on the phone in Motion Cam. In my case, I've set my ISO to ISO 800, and I'm indoors, but there is a changing lighting situation here. The closer I get to the window, the brighter I'm going to be, and if I stand right next to the window, I'm probably going to be overexposed. So that's something just to be wary of. Now you can address this by simply having like a filtration. The small rig cage that I have on this Samsung here allows for mounting 67mm filter threads. In my case, I have 77mm filter thread, so I would have to get a step-up ring from 67 to 77. I could apply that, get myself a appropriate variable ND, and boom, that situation is addressed. Yeah, baby. What you doing? You done with the monster trucks? Yeah? You like monster trucks? You know, it's almost your nap time, right?
Yeah, it's almost your nap time. So we gotta set you up, change your diaper, feed you, and put you to bed. Yeah, that's your sleep sack. You can't have it right now. No, you can't have it right now. 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 Where did it go? Where did it go? It disappeared. It disappeared. Huh? Where is it? You're looking for it. I moved it over there, but he doesn't know. Yeah. Where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah? There's the ball. You want the ball?
I think overall, this whole S25 Ultra first impressions for the use as a creator's tool is coming out really positive. Let me know, what are your thoughts on the use of a Samsung? I'm really excited, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon.